This bridge is restricted to foot traffic today. Probably, I don't know. The park and the bridges, I know for sure, are restricted to foot traffic. So you probably have to go that way. Hey guys, Corey B, aka Binger, in my hometown today, about a half a mile that way, or maybe less, probably about a quarter mile, is a Trump rally. You know, I'm a big drone fan. I have a lot of drones, and I actually live within a 1 mile radius of this Trump rally. I brought my DJI Mavic Air out today because, according to the flight restrictions, I don't know if you can see it right here. I'll take a screenshot and throw it up. The flight restrictions don't start until 4:45. I'm guessing that's probably an hour before he gets into town. So I'm going to attempt to fly the Mavic Air right here and get a picture of the crowds. And I'm well out of the flight restrictions. It's interesting, the flight restrictions are huge. It looks like a 15-mile radius around Rochester right now. It expands all the way from Orinoco to Racine, Byron, Marion, Viola. It's massive. It's a massive air restriction for the president. I've heard that the air restriction around Mar-a-Lago is about 15 miles, so this looks to be about the same thing. And it's called a VIP air restriction, so obviously that is the president's air restriction. So anyway, I'm going to fire up this Mavic Air and see if we've got liftoff. It's only 3:42 right now, so I have an hour until the flight ban goes into effect. So I'm going to try to get some good footage. All right, stay with me. Well, that was very interesting. First of all, the crowds don't look that big. I was looking at some Snapchats this morning and it looked like the crowds were out of control, but they didn't look like that big. Everybody was standing in a line, and that's the Minnesota Rochester way, you know, Minnesota nice. Everybody lines up and takes their turn. But when I was returning, I was about 30% battery, and luckily I had it line of sight here, and all of a sudden it said critical battery, critical voltage error. I looked down at my screen and the voltage was, or sorry, the battery percent was 0. It went from 30% all the way to 0. I've never had a drone at 0% before. I thought they would fall from the sky, but it didn't. It kept flying, and my picture on my phone was breaking up. So I just flew it back in line of sight, and I kept it right over the grass here just in case it was at 0, that it was going to fall from the sky. I wanted to be able to recover it rather than in the river here. But it was, I had a perfectly safe flight. I kept it over the river, over buildings, rooftops. I didn't see any snipers or Secret Servicemen up on the rooftops yet. Kept it over the rooftops and the roads. I took some pictures of the crowd, but I didn't fly over them. Obviously, that's a big no-no, even when you're not filming a presidential rally. So anyway, I want to pop in a new battery. but I'm gonna ride around the other way first and try to get a better location. I'll go over there right now. I'll be there in a minute. Hey guys, so that didn't go quite as planned. When I was about ready to change my position and go find a new place to film downtown during the Trump rally, my friend, who's a tree trimmer, called me and said he got done in the neighborhood and wanted to come over and cut down my tree, so the tree took precedence. So now it's about 6:30, it's well after the restricted flight time, so I can't fly this in another location. But we did get the tree taken down, so that's good. But what I wanted to do here was just turn on the drone and try to just take off and go like 1 or 2 feet above the ground, just to see if, because we are in a red zone here, if we're truly restricted or not. I'm not sure what it's going to do here. I'm not attempting to fly anywhere. I just want to see if the drone will take off from the ground. It says cannot take off. I've got 3 red warnings. A couple of them are for the firmware update that I need to do when I go inside here, but the last one says aircraft is in a no-fly zone. So I've got nothing. I just tried to start my rotors up and it says cannot take off. Your aircraft has entered an authorization zone and your GPS signal is too weak. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. And I'm not going to apply for the unlocking the zone. Not too disappointing because I wasn't going to fly anyway. I was just more curious what he was going to do. It is raining now. I was going to go down and get some shots of the Trump protesters and the Trump supporters, but if it's going to rain, maybe not. This might be the end of the video right here. Alright guys, thanks for watching.